Have you ever wondered if the foods you've always trusted, those you've eaten for decades, could suddenly become dangerous after age 70? It sounds surprising, even a little unsettling. But the truth is this: your body changes in powerful, invisible ways as you get older. Your digestion slows down, your blood vessels become less flexible, and your medications interact differently with certain foods. And yet, many older adults continue eating the same way they did in their 40s or 50s, not realizing that some seemingly harmless choices could now be quietly damaging their heart, kidneys, or even their brain. This video isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because the most dangerous habits are the ones we don't realize we have. Today we're going to uncover 5 foods that might still be sitting in your kitchen right now, but probably shouldn't be. Foods that seem innocent on the surface, yet over time, can contribute to serious health risks, from rising blood pressure to harmful drug interactions. If you're over 65, this could be one of the most important food conversations you've ever had. Stick with me. What you learn might just add years to your life and more life to your years. Food number 1, processed meats, the silent saboteur of senior health. That familiar slice of bacon, a ham sandwich, or a few sausage links on a Sunday morning, these might seem like harmless indulgences. For many of us, they've been part of our routines for decades. But once you reach 70, the impact of processed meats on your body changes dramatically. What used to be a quick comfort food can quietly become a threat to your heart, brain, and blood vessels. Here's why. Processed meats like deli slices, sausages, hot dogs, and even cured turkey are loaded with sodium, and not just a pinch. A single serving of processed ham or salami can contain more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium, almost half the recommended daily limit for older adults. After 70, your arteries are less elastic and your kidneys process salt less efficiently. That excess sodium forces your heart to work harder, increasing your risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and even cognitive decline due to reduced blood flow to the brain. But salt isn't the only culprit. These meats are often preserved with nitrates and nitrites, chemicals that help keep them shelf-stable and visually appealing. Once inside your body, those compounds can convert into nitrosamines, substances that researchers have linked to inflammation and increased cancer risk. The problem is, there's no immediate warning sign, no stomachache, no rash, just a slow, silent erosion of the systems that keep you steady, sharp, and independent. Let me tell you about Frank, a 75-year-old retired electrician from Ohio. Every afternoon, he'd enjoy a few slices of pepperoni with crackers while watching the news. Nothing extreme, just a habit. But after 2 mild strokes within a year, his doctor pointed to his sodium intake. Frank had no idea that his innocent snack was quietly pushing his blood pressure up day after day. When he replaced those meats with grilled chicken, roasted vegetables, and unsalted nuts, his blood pressure stabilized within 3 months. So what can you do instead? You don't have to give up flavor. Try fresh, lean cuts of meat like skinless chicken breast or turkey, grilled or baked. Explore heart-healthy fish like salmon or trout, which are rich in omega-3s and support brain health. And for a satisfying plant-based option, experiment with lentils, chickpeas, or tofu, marinated in herbs, not salt. Remember, after 70, your food shouldn't just taste good. It should work for you, not against you. The occasional indulgence is fine, but if processed meats are a daily habit, your body might be paying the price in silence. Your heart deserves better fuel. So does your brain. Give them both the support they need, starting with your next meal. Food number 2, sugary breakfast foods, a sweet start that can sour your health. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day. But what if the way many seniors begin their morning is actually setting them up for fatigue, blood sugar crashes, and long-term health risks? Unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening when breakfast starts with sugary cereals, toaster pastries, syrup-covered pancakes, or even flavored yogurts labeled as healthy. Here's the problem. As we age, the body's ability to regulate blood sugar naturally declines. Insulin becomes less efficient, metabolism slows, and cells don't absorb glucose as easily. When you start your day with refined sugar and simple carbs, like what's found in frosted cereals, muffins, or sweetened oatmeal, your blood sugar spikes rapidly, but that high doesn't last. It crashes just as fast, leaving you tired, foggy, and hungrier than before. For seniors, this cycle isn't just unpleasant, it can be dangerous. Elevated blood sugar over time increases the risk of prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. But there's more. Recent studies suggest that constant blood sugar fluctuations are also linked to accelerated cognitive decline. That mid-morning brain fog you chalk up to aging, it could be caused by what you had for breakfast. Let me tell you about Carol, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Florida. She loved starting her day with a bowl of cereal and a glass of orange juice. It felt light, easy, and familiar. But she noticed she would crash around 10 a.m., needing a nap or more coffee just to stay alert. Her doctor recommended cutting back on sugar and adding more protein. She switched to plain Greek yogurt with berries, eggs with whole grain toast, or steel-cut oats topped with walnuts. Within weeks, she felt steadier, sharper, and even lost a few stubborn pounds. So what should you watch for? Look beyond the sugar cubes and read the labels. Many boxed cereals, even those marketed to adults, contain over 10 grams of added sugar per serving. Pair that with sweetened milk or juice, and your breakfast turns into a dessert. Better alternatives include unsweetened oatmeal topped with nuts, seeds, and fresh fruit, scrambled eggs or egg whites with spinach and tomatoes, whole grain toast with natural peanut butter or avocado, smoothies made with plain yogurt, greens, and frozen berries. No juice needed. Your body deserves fuel that lasts, not a sugar rush followed by exhaustion. After 70, every bite matters. Choose a breakfast that builds your energy, supports your brain, and helps your heart, not one that sets you up for a crash before lunch. Food number 3, raw sprouts and undercooked eggs, healthy-looking, high-risk choices. After 70, they look fresh, natural, even nutritious. A handful of alfalfa sprouts on your sandwich or a soft-boiled egg with toast. What could be safer? But for adults over 70, raw sprouts and undercooked eggs can pose hidden dangers that younger bodies might shrug off. Unfortunately, with aging immune systems, these seemingly wholesome choices can lead to serious illness. Let's start with raw sprouts, like alfalfa, mung bean, or radish. These are often grown in warm, humid environments, which also happen to be the perfect breeding ground for harmful bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella. And since sprouts are usually eaten raw, there's no heat step to kill those pathogens. The risk isn't just theoretical. Sprouts have been linked to dozens of foodborne illness outbreaks in the U.S., many of them affecting older adults with weakened immunity. Then there are undercooked eggs. A runny yolk might remind you of your childhood breakfast, but after 70, it's a gamble. If that egg contains Salmonella, and the CDC estimates about 1 in every 20,000 does, it can cause an infection that's not just unpleasant, but potentially life-threatening for seniors. A younger adult might bounce back in a few days, but for someone over 70, that same infection can lead to hospitalization, dehydration, or worse. Dennis, 81, a retired teacher from Oregon, used to add raw sprouts to his lunch salads every day. One afternoon, he developed nausea and fever. 4 days later, he was hospitalized with a salmonella infection traced back to the sprouts. He recovered, but it took weeks. His energy, appetite, and confidence all took a hit. So what can you do instead? For eggs, cook until both the whites and yolks are firm. If you prefer soft or runny eggs, choose pasteurized varieties. They've been heat-treated to kill bacteria without cooking the egg. For sprouts, consider cooking them lightly. Add in or swap them out for safer, nutrient-rich toppings. Thinly sliced cucumbers, shredded carrots, or microgreens grown under safe, controlled conditions. Food safety becomes personal as we age. What once was harmless can now become hazardous. But with a few simple swaps, you can still enjoy the foods you love, without putting your health at risk. At this stage of life, Protecting your strength and independence is worth more than a handful of raw garnish. Choose safety, choose stability, choose wisely. Food number 4, grapefruit and its juice, the healthy fruit that might interfere with your medications. It's tart, refreshing, packed with vitamin C, and for decades, grapefruit has been a breakfast staple for many older Americans. But if you're over 65 and taking prescription medications, that glass of grapefruit juice or that half a grapefruit on your plate might be doing more harm than good. And the most unsettling part? You may not feel it until something goes wrong. The issue lies not in the fruit itself, but in a natural compound it contains called furanocoumarin. This chemical interferes with an important enzyme in your liver, CYP3A4, which is responsible for breaking down many common medications. When that enzyme is blocked, your body can't properly process certain drugs. That means instead of being broken down and flushed out, the medicine builds up in your system. In some cases, this can lead to dangerously high levels of the drug in your bloodstream without any warning signs. Think about how many seniors take medications for cholesterol, high blood pressure, anxiety, allergies, or heart rhythm problems. Grapefruit can affect dozens of these prescriptions, including statins like simvastatin, blood pressure meds like amlodipine, and even some pain relievers. The list is longer than most people realize, and even one serving of grapefruit can create a domino effect in how your body handles your medication. Take Evelyn, 78, from North Carolina. She took her cholesterol-lowering medication every morning, usually with a side of fresh grapefruit. After several weeks, she began experiencing unexplained muscle pain and fatigue, classic signs of a statin overdose. Her doctor quickly identified the problem: grapefruit juice. Once she removed it from her routine, her symptoms faded. So what's the takeaway? If you're on any regular prescription, especially heart or blood pressure medications, check with your pharmacist or doctor before eating grapefruit or drinking its juice. This isn't about demonizing a nutritious fruit. It's about understanding how your body processes food differently as you age, especially when medication is part of daily life. Looking for safer alternatives? Try fruits that don't interfere with medication, oranges which offer similar vitamin C content, berries packed with antioxidants and easy to digest, apples or pears, which provide fiber and natural sweetness without the risks. After 70, every interaction in your body matters more. Your medications are carefully calibrated to keep you balanced. Don't let an innocent fruit throw that off. Small changes in your diet can protect you from big complications. When in doubt, ask. One question could save you from months of discomfort or worse. Food number 5, deep-fried foods, crispy comforts that quietly strain an aging body golden, crunchy, irresistibly nostalgic. Whether it's French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, or a donut at your favorite diner, fried foods have been part of American comfort eating for generations. But after 70, the body isn't built to handle the burden that these foods quietly place on your heart, your digestion, and your energy levels. The problem with deep-fried foods isn't just about calories or fat. It's about the type of fat, the high-heat cooking method, and how your aging body responds to it. When oils are heated repeatedly, like in restaurant fryers, they form compounds known as trans fats and oxidized lipids. These substances have been linked to increased inflammation, clogged arteries, poor circulation, and higher risks of stroke and heart disease. Your metabolism also slows with age. That means the greasy, heavy content of fried foods sits longer in your system, making digestion sluggish. If you've ever felt bloated, gassy, or lethargic after a fried meal, you're not imagining it. For older adults, this slow digestion can trigger acid reflux, fatigue, and even interfere with nutrient absorption. Then there's portion size. A small order of fries often comes with more than 300 milligrams of sodium, dozens of grams of unhealthy fat, and zero meaningful nutrients. Combine that with a fried entree and a sugary soda, and you've got a triple threat to your heart, blood sugar, and energy in one sitting. Let's look at Harold, an 80-year-old Navy veteran from Michigan. Every Friday, he treated himself to fast food. Nothing extreme, just a burger and fries. Over time, he noticed his digestion slowing, his cholesterol creeping up, and a growing sense of fatigue. After consulting his doctor, Harold made a simple swap: grilled chicken and roasted sweet potatoes. The result? Better energy, fewer bathroom issues, and a drop in his LDL cholesterol. So what can you do instead? Air fryers are a senior-friendly kitchen tool that mimic the texture of frying without the oil. Roasting vegetables like sweet potatoes or cauliflower creates a crisp texture with heart-healthy olive oil. Grilled, baked, or broiled lean meats retain flavor without the grease. And if you're dining out, look for keywords like grilled, steamed, or oven roasted. Ask for sides like brown rice or salad instead of fries. One smart swap can save you from hours or even days of discomfort. You've spent decades building your health. Don't let 5 minutes of crunch rob you of the strength and clarity you've earned. After 70, your food should lift you up, not weigh you down. Conclusion. At this stage in life, every bite matters more than ever. Your body is wiser, but also more sensitive. And the foods that once seemed harmless, even nourishing, can quietly turn toxic when they no longer match what your aging body needs. This isn't about fear, it's about power. Because the truth is, you have more control over your health than most people realize. And it starts in your kitchen. The right choices won't just help you avoid medications, they may reduce the need for them. The wrong ones, repeated daily, may slowly chip away at the energy, independence, and clarity you've worked hard to protect. You don't need a perfect diet. You need an intentional one. Look back at the 5 foods we discussed. Are any of them still part of your daily routine? If so, now is the time to ask, is this food fueling me or is it draining me? Food should support your heart, protect your brain, and help you move with confidence, not send you to the doctor. You've earned the right to feel strong in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Start by letting your plate reflect that power. Because after 70, food isn't just a meal, it's medicine or it's not.